Success doesn't usually fall into your lap unless you win the Powerball. Success is often the result of your everyday routine. Our habits shape who we are and have the power to determine whether we achieve our life's ambitions. Therefore, if success is your goal, you need to examine your behaviors more closely and, if needed, make the required changes while remaining committed and disciplined. I'll walk you through the top productivity techniques that successful individuals, fatigued or not, always employ in this post. You'll be in a better position going ahead if you have a clearer understanding of the situation. Now let's get started. 1. They follow a morning schedule. On weekdays, successful people don't get out of bed at 11 a.m. feeling gloomy and hungover. I know of very few successful people who don't follow some sort of regimented morning schedule. They make the most of their mornings because they understand that it will determine the tone for the rest of the day. They'll get up at a decent hour, read, go for a walk with the dogs, eat a balanced light meal, maybe do some exercise or meditation, and so on. Mornings are no longer solely seen as a time when one must fight to get out of bed, check Instagram, and then dash to work. For those who are successful, mornings are an essential, if not sacred, portion of the day. 2. They use prioritization techniques. People who are successful know what their priorities are. They practically never assign work based on anything other than significance and urgency. When they are at their sharpest, which is usually early in the day, they get the more cerebral, stressful, high-impact stuff out of the way. This guarantees that they maintain their concentration, which enables them to continue being productive when fatigue inevitably sets in. They can concentrate on the less cognitively demanding tasks at a productive level because they know that the more difficult job is behind them. They block out time on a schedule. Successful people, as you are already aware, are supporters of structure. They don't usually wing it and hope for the best, in contrast to many of us. Time blocking is the practice of allocating time slots to tasks. The days of successful people are usually planned. They don't merely float through life. Everything is scheduled in advance, including work assignments, meetings, breaks, and social gatherings with friends. Each of these tasks is carefully recorded on a calendar, allotting a specific amount of time for it because, as productive and successful individuals are aware, time is money. 4. They have a wholesome lifestyle. It is no longer a secret that your level of productivity is directly correlated with your degree of health. Successful people have a keen awareness of this relationship. During the pandemic, my health significantly declined. Well, the world is going to shit, I might as well enjoy my life, was how I thought at the time. But hedonism was basically what I meant when I said that delight. I used to consume a lot of takeout, munch on Doritos, and frequently overindulge in soda and various alcoholic beverages. The idea of exercise became alien to me. I put on 30 pounds, and to be honest, my sense of value and self-worth fell to all-time lows. I detested the person I had become. Not only that, but my work suffered as well. I was unmotivated to complete tasks and would constantly make excuses for myself and others to procrastinate or miss the Zoom meeting. It's a small wonder I wasn't fired. Thankfully, I experienced a flash of insight one morning. I eventually managed to pull myself out of the toxic trance and got motivated to make things better. Your odds of actually succeeding in life rise dramatically when you're in good health. Exercise on a regular basis, eating a healthy diet, getting enough sleep, taking care of oneself, and avoiding toxic relationships are all very important. People that are successful actively work to maintain a particular lifestyle, which has a direct effect on their output. 5. They make objectives. People who are successful don't simply cruise through life, waiting for their paychecks to arrive each month so they can pay their rent, utilities, and school loans. They always have objectives, both short and long-term, that are attainable and unambiguous. This gives them a feeling of direction that never goes away. They celebrate their small triumphs along the road as they slowly but surely strive toward their goals each day. This methodical approach is precisely why they don't become overwhelmed. My reliable lawyer always reminds me that you can't eat an elephant with one bite. Big dreams are broken down into smaller, more doable tasks by successful people, which helps them stay on course even when their energy levels are low. 6. They never stop learning. Although the grind may seem to slow down for successful people, it never truly stops. While I don't particularly support the toxic hustle culture that is currently popular on the internet, I do believe that everyone should always learn and develop. This doesn't always have to do with your career or finances. In fact, it doesn't usually. Reading, going to seminars, picking up new skills and interests, creative or not, picking up a language, and other activities can all be considered forms of continuous learning. Since life is brief and there are countless options available, the pursuit of personal development should never come to an end. In addition to making you a more well-rounded global citizen, this quest for knowledge improves your capacity for flexibility, adaptation, and problem solving. 7. They assign tasks well. Both men and women are not islands. Successful people understand that taking on too much puts them at risk of burning out, which will permanently hinder them. They know how important it is to assign responsibilities to others. They know that delegating saves time and prevents pointless grabbing at straws, allowing each team member to concentrate on their core competencies. They tend to surround themselves with dependable support systems and recognize the value of teamwork. 8. They take frequent pauses. Even though it could seem counterproductive, everyone's productivity levels depend on taking occasional breaks. If you become overly engrossed in your work and work nonstop without taking breaks, the quality of your output will eventually start to suffer. It's just the nature of humans. Taking little breaks might help you stay focused and avoid burnout. I know how crucial breaks are since I'm a writer. When I spend too much time working on a project, I sometimes run into mental blocks that cause me to scratch my head and stay stuck for hours. In the meanwhile, if I deliberately set out to turn off my laptop and step outside, for example, to take my dog for an hour-long stroll in the park or engage in some mild exercise, I return feeling much more composed and capable of viewing the world objectively. It's nearly instantaneous. The work dilemma I was thinking about before is resolved. Takeaways are beneficial. You're not being lazy, look at the whole picture. Therefore, plan breaks into your schedule to guarantee that you are refreshed and can continue to produce and be productive at a high level. 9. They maintain awareness. It's more than simply the new age nonsense your aunt has been droning on about. It's scientifically proven that engaging in mindfulness meditation and stress reduction methods can help you maintain your composure under pressure. They enable you to ignore unneeded fears and anxieties so that you may focus on the goal and keep your head in the game. When these behaviors are applied skillfully, they can enhance your ability to make decisions and solve problems, unlocking further potential. Here's an example from Albert Einstein, who you may or may not be familiar with. If a cluttered desk is indicative of a cluttered mind, then what is the sign of an empty desk? Très bien. 10. They continue to be flexible. Most individuals are afraid of change. They are resistant to it because they are unsure of how to deal with it. A truly successful person recognizes the intrinsic value of flexibility. They are aware that the world is a dynamic environment with many unexpected twists and turns, both negative and positive. Thus, they remain prepared. They welcome change, make necessary adjustments to their goals, and persevere in the face of difficulties. They make a conscious effort to keep up these routines so that they will be ready for life's inevitable curveballs. Their ability to adapt enables them to deal with life's numerous obstacles without becoming bogged down by emotions of physical or mental tiredness. They continue to be calm and effective. I have often quoted the late great Bruce Lee because it is so universally applicable. Consider this. If success is your objective, keep in mind that true transformation begins with the tiniest, most insignificant habits, the ones that are typically ignored. Begin modestly, make small progress. Rome wasn't created overnight. Furthermore, you won't suddenly become Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. But if you maintain your course and have persistent willpower and determination, those alien behaviors will begin to feel natural and you will soon reach your desired destination. You'll prosper. I have no second doubts about that. You shouldn't either.